Hi, my name is Caden Stump. I'd like to share a little of my story with you. I too was an Elkton elk. School was really difficult for me, especially middle school. Here's a video to help explain why. When I was a kid, I was very creative. I would spend hours making things out of blocks and Legos. What should I make next? My parents tell me I would spend hours and hours creating an indoor carnival with different types of games that I made up. They said I had quite an imagination. Mom and Dad, come buy your tickets to my carnival. The games are over there. The time finally arrived for me to start school. I was so excited to learn and make new friends.
Welcome to kindergarten.
School is going to be fun. It didn't take long for me to realize school was not fun. At least not for me. I thought school would be fun. Boy, was I wrong. Everything seemed so easy for everyone else. What was wrong with me? Maybe if I can remember the song. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. The weekly spelling tests were horrible. I would study for hours and hours. I would take the test and get an A, but I couldn't remember how to spell those same words after the test.
How do you spell cat?
I want to go outside and play, not spend another evening studying for a spelling test. I never get to have any fun. My mom and I had nightly homework battles. We both dreaded homework time. All we did was fight. She tells me now she completely missed out on my childhood fighting over homework that didn't help me.
Write your spelling words 20 times each. You have to get your homework finished before you can go outside and play.
Are you my mom or a homework drill sergeant? I did play soccer for a while, but my schoolwork took so much time I ended up quitting. I just couldn't keep up. I wish I had more time to practice. Soccer's fun. I soon began to hate books. I couldn't learn to read like my classmates even though I was being pulled out of class to work with a reading specialist. I couldn't learn to read there either. Why is reading so hard for me? Am I dumb? Just try harder, they tell me. I am trying as hard as I can. I hate my brain. I want a new one. I was tested in 2nd grade and was told I had ADHD but did not have a learning disability. I did not qualify for special education.
Caden does not qualify for special education services. Why can't he learn like other kids if he doesn't have a learning disability?
I guess I just have to keep trying harder and practicing reading and math facts more. Middle school. My worst nightmare. Everything was at a faster pace and I had less support. I didn't fit anywhere. I was bullied by my classmates and teachers who didn't understand me.
Welcome to middle school.
Will I survive middle school? At the end of my 7th grade year, the school finally agreed to test me again, and this time they couldn't deny my learning disability. I was years behind my classmates.
Caden qualifies for special education services under specific learning disability in reading and writing.
In 10th grade, I finally found out what my reading and writing disabilities are called. They are dyslexia and dysgraphia. I finally had a name for my struggles. They aren't disabilities, but simply learning differences.
I knew there was more to this than a learning disability. It's a difference, not a disability.
Woohoo! I am not dumb. My brain is just wired different. If you would just try harder. No one understood how hard I was actually trying. My 8th grade sped teacher told me about I'm determined. And I became a youth leader. I had the opportunity to learn self-determination, self-advocacy skills, and to learn to accept my disability. And I met a lot of cool people with different abilities as well. I get to share my story and promote dyslexia awareness. I received a grant to start a club at ERHS and led a school assembly focusing on disabilities. I also have opportunities to speak to Virginia leaders. I advocate with Decoding Dyslexia in Virginia by sharing my story to help pass new dyslexia laws in Virginia. I was part of getting Virginia's first dyslexia law passed, which was exciting. One in 5 is dyslexic to some degree. Sadly, most are never identified. It is the number one learning disability, with at least 80% of all those in special education under specific learning disability. Myth: dyslexics read backwards. Dyslexics do not see or read backwards. It's a neurological difference in the brain that can make reading, writing, and spelling difficult. Dyslexics have average to above average intelligence and are not dumb. There are many famous dyslexics. The inability to read, write, and spell well creates a lot of shame. Dyslexics are often bullied by their peers. If a child can't learn the way we teach, maybe we should teach the way they learn. Dyslexics can learn to read, write, and spell if they are taught with the right methods. Do you or someone you know struggle with reading, writing, and/or spelling? That's why I started my business, Dyslexic at Work, Living Outside the Box. I want to share my story to help others. I don't set out to be different. I set out to be me. People think it's different. If you have any questions or want to know more, you can visit my website or contact me at dyslexicatwork.com or dyslexicatwork@gmail.com. Work hard and be nice to people. Thanks for watching.